Hey guys, welcome to the workshop. In today's video, we're going to actually do yet another Christmas project. But actually, it's 3 projects, so stick around. Okay, so we all now, because of these projects we just did, probably have some scrap pieces of wood. And a lot of times, if you've got little kids, they love to play with those little pieces of wood. So I'm going to give you 3 different projects here that you can do, including your kids or not including kids, and just doing it yourself. With some of the scrap cutoffs and some of the pieces you have laying around in your shop from the past year's woodworking stuff or even just the past Christmas ones. Okay, so just finished doing some of these crafts, and I tend to have a bucket underneath my miter saw that just collects all these little pieces of stuff. And from cutting and making that Christmas tree that we did, I ended up with all these pieces. So I want to show you how you can actually make another Christmas tree using these. So for project number 1, you take these pieces we have, or even if you don't have triangle pieces, you can take something, let's say this odd piece of shape here. Find yourself a flat edge. We're going to use this edge, and we're going to make a Christmas tree out of it. So just make a little triangle. You don't have to make it perfect, just because the tree isn't perfect. And then you're going to cut this out on your bandsaw, and then we'll paint it green, or whatever color you like. Now that's one way, but if you have these triangle pieces, well, that looks like a tree. You could cut this straight off, but then you're left with another scrap. So why don't you take 2 of them, glue them together. And I find, just because since this is a lot of just crafty kind of things, this is not under stress, just use super glue. You don't have to get super fancy with wood glue. Just use some super glue or even hot glue. Hold it together, and there you have it. There's a tree ready to be painted and decorated by your kids or yourself. You can also do things like this and just do it free-handedly, trying to give it a little bit more of a texture to it. Looks like it'd be blown by the wind. So the next thing I want to share with you is how to make these little snowmen, both the faces and really the whole thing. Alright, so for this one here, we're going to actually do a elongated snowman, and these are kind of, looks a little bit of an antique style, so we're going to give ourselves our length. Snowman is going to be this part here, and this is going to just be his face with his hat. So up here we're going to want his hat. I'm going to tilt it just a little bit. In the long run, we're going to paint this part black and this part white. We'll cut this off real quick so that we can just deal with the part we need. So now with our block, I'm going to go through my scrap bin here, and I got a little piece like this. It's perfect. Now you don't have to use a piece like that. In fact, I got a piece like this. You know what? We'll use this one. And this is going to be the piece that separates his hat from his head. So that's about where we want it to be. I'm going to mark where I want to cut, and I'll cut that as well. Alright, and once again, to make this simple, I am just going to use some super glue to hold it there. You can use wood glue, you can even use hot glue, either one works. Alright, so then now we're going to let that set up for a second. I'm going to paint this black, and I'm going to only paint the front part. I don't want to paint the sides. I want to keep it looking nice and sharp. And then we're going to paint this white, and we'll paint a little face on there too. One tip when you're painting these when you want to avoid the paint dripping off the edge, always go towards the edge you're wanting it to avoid. So if you're going here, don't go this way with your paint. Go this way, because when your brush drops off, it won't allow the paint to drip. And that's what I normally do all around every corner. Okay, so lastly, we're going to do a little mini wooden sleigh. So once again, going through my scrap pile, I'm going to use one of these pieces of wood. And for this, we're going to want to mark a nice square line and roughly the length of our sleigh. This is going to actually represent the top of the sleigh and the width of it. So keep that in mind. I'm going to just go probably about here. Now, whatever this is what we're going to want the rails underneath it to be. So, going through my scraps, I'm going to use a couple more of these triangle pieces. Now, they are just pretty much the same length. So, now I'm just going to sketch what I think the rail ought to look like. Now, I've already got a flat side here, so ideally I'd like to just be able to put it right there on the underside. So, in this case, I'm going to just go ahead and free-handedly sketch a base. Now I'm going to go to my bandsaw. I'm going to remove these areas here, and then once I do that, I'll take my other block and just trace the same design and shape on that one, and then cut that one out as well. Alright, so this is our base of our sleigh, and then we've got ourselves our rocket boosters. They are the rails. So once again, I'm going to use super glue to attach them. Now I'm putting them in just a little bit from the edge, not right against the edge, but you can do whatever you want. And then apply your red paint. Okay guys, that's pretty much it for the video. These three projects really are not really something that you're going to want to make for gifts to somebody. You can elevate them, sand them really nice and smooth, maybe refine it a little bit more. These really are more intended to be nice things that you can do with kids, with some, your nephews, your own kids, or if you want to make these for mantelpieces or ornaments. That's kind of what these things are. They're meant to be real quick and easy projects, just to kind of give you a quick win and to have a really fun time. But guys, I really hope that this little mini series of Christmas projects has helped you out. It's maybe inspired you to do any of these. And if they have, drop a comment down below, let me know, and let me know how they turned out. But guys, thank you for watching this video. I'll see you next time right here in the workshop. And have a very Merry Christmas. Was that one good? What, was that good? Yeah, that was good. It was good. Oh, hey, you didn't turn the camera off. Oh, man. And you can actually get a little decorative and put a nose on them. That looks terrible. Oh, gosh. Oh, I'm just struggling. We've got ourselves our rocket boosters. Nope, they're our sleighs. Nope, they are the rails. So, once again, I'm going to use super glue.